So it's a Saturday, school goes back on Monday. Last weekend, when we were talking about doors and we decided to find somewhere we could order a door for that back deck, the ad looked like the door was half glass panel. And when it arrived, the guy said it here, and then he contacted me when I was on my way down to collect it, and he goes, they've done the glass around the wrong way. It's a large glass panel at the top and a little timber panel at the bottom. And we said, yeah, we don't want that. We want more of a panel at the bottom, or more like the thing where it's supposed to be half. They got it reordered, and when it got reordered, the glass panel at the top was really small. My wife said, ask them to send you a picture before you leave home. So I did, and that's what they saw, and I sent him back a picture from the ad and all this sort of stuff, and he's answering back to my wife, and it's like, it looked like a half. I questioned him, he goes, no, they don't actually come in half. This is the model, and I went searching for similar name model because this one was called a Lawn 2. And I thought there might have been another one beforehand that was this half or two-third. Anyway, wife said she'd prefer to have more glass at the top than less glass at the top because we want to be able to look out the door and see outside. And we just need the solid panel at the bottom to be able to put a small dog door in that I bought. So I rang him back because he said, do you want to cancel the order? I rang him back and I said, do you still have that original one that came in where there was more glass at the top? And he said, yeah, we do. And he said, do you want that one? I said, yes, if you've got that. Then he checked, made sure, and he said, yes, it's still here. He will hold that one for me. So I've driven down, it's an hour from the house, a bit over an hour, down at Rydalmere. And I've just picked it up. It's in the back, tied down, blanket around it. I've got another big tote filled up to go into storage, our storage. Via Bunnings to get new hinges. We've already got the door handle stuff. But I've also got to look for some timber, hopefully at Bunnings, to make the top of the door taller. Because at the moment, our door frame is a 2300 door. And a standard door is 2040. 250mm different, 260, 10 inch difference. So I've got to build up the top. I'd like to sort of make it across and then a little panel that way, and it sort of match the door a bit better, if I can do that. Get some beading. It's funny too, he was telling me, make sure you seal up the ends and paint it when you're painting and all that sort of stuff, and I said yep. And you need to use oil-based paint. Water-based paints aren't as good. You need to protect your outside door, so you need to use like an oil-based paint. I used to wholeheartedly believe in that until I started using oil-based paint, like enamel paints, on all of our exterior timber work. And everywhere that has the oil-based paint, whether it's in direct contact with the weather or even the stuff that's undercover, it's all just peeling off. It's drying, it's cracking, it's falling off. Everything that's painted in an exterior acrylic, a gloss exterior acrylic, looked fine. They look fine, they're perfect. The trim on the house, and our house is like weatherboard. I've already got my exterior gloss paint, and I've got that the Zinza undercoat, which I like using because it's a really good strong, like binds really well with the whatever the substrate is, really seals it well, and you can paint over that with acrylic paint. And where I've used that, the house is fine. Weather's been perfect today, because that was one of my concerns about the door, was having it rain on me when I was driving it back. All I needed to do was put a blanket around it, protect the door, tie it down well, and I've put my net over it as well, pull it in from the back, so it's nice and secure. There's one thing, I always make sure any load I've got to tie down is really secure. I'm not going to be one of those people that sees stuff sliding down the street, flying off a trailer or whatnot. So here's the door we bought, the deck. This is my dog door that I've got to double check my measurements so I know where it's going to go. I'm obviously going to have a little bit of a strip of timber under here because this is recessed a bit further than the edge. But at the top, I need to make it that much taller. Just went through the shed. I've got some of this reclaimed thick ash, Tassie oak, whatever, from the windows all being ripped out of the school years ago. I was just chucking them in the dumpster. I got them out, cleaned the paint off. See, I used the old thicknesser at school where the blade had a nick in it. These are a little thicker than what I need, so I've got to plane them down somehow. And I'm thinking of just doing kind of like with the door, two sides, a top rail, and then a little bit of panel in between it. And I've just bought some Tassie oak beading to go around the edge of the panel to match the door. That's what I'm going to try and get part of it done today. My first job's going to be getting this milled down to the size I need. I said this is 35. I think these are 38. So it needs to be milled down just a bit to match the profile. I could really use a thicknesser because reducing Tassie oak thick ash by 4mm in thickness using electric plane, jack plane, sander took some time. Here's my bits for the side rails. This is going to be the top rail of the door. Got there, but it's a pain. This is some of the bamboos just running. It's going from all the way over there. But I've got some sections where it's coming up through the ground, so I've got to try and pull these up as well at some point. Because I have found, well, you can see it here, there's some bamboo pushing up under the rock here. So it's standing. Talk about camouflage, did not even notice he was there. There's the deck door, just glued up and dry. The bits I've done is making this extra top section, the extra 10 inches for the top of the door. But beading, I've still got to put the piece here, panel going, put beading on the opposite side. And it's been here for probably about half hour. Got the top section with this little panel in the top of the door. Now this door's all going to be painted white. But now what I've got to do, that's all right to go. I've sanded both sides. I've now got to go and measure the dog door in the other door and put the new dog door here, which means I'm going to have to raise up this little bit on both sides, I think.